All right, so I have a layer of liquid latex here and a layer of toilet tissue. One ply, I took a strand of toilet paper, as you would call it, I guess, and separated it into the thin layers here. Okay. And I then did a coat of liquid latex on the base. And we're working on a burn. So I'm not going to even let this burn. I'm going to start working on it with a thin layer of liquid latex. And I want this latex to just cover the edge of the toilet tissue so that we hide those seams and blend them into the actual skin. Well, if this was a human face. For those of you working at home, you'll be working on your face. Your actual face. This is looking good. I want to make sure I don't have any big spots here on the edge of the coat. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in my little, yeah, it looks like so. All right. So now that I've done that, I'm closing my cap on my liquid latex. Liquid latex, y'all. Now I'm gonna do the same thing again. Now for my mannequin head, it doesn't really matter where I put this liquid latex because it's not gonna hit any sensitive areas of the face. Obviously, because mannequins can't feel unless you watch that early 90s lady mannequin where the mannequin comes alive and does feel, falls in love with it. But that's not what this is. We're talking about Gore makeup. We are now putting on another layer of toilet tissue. This is a look. Lady Gaga will wear this. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to do this one I did with the first layer, although you guys won't probably didn't see that. No, I shouldn't do it, but my students on home on that didn't. Yay! All right, now one last layer of liquid latex. Hope that's good. Go over the edges. If you were doing this on your actual face, you want to steer clear of your mouth. You can get kind of close to it, but you don't want to get too close because you don't want it to be in your mouth. That would be no bueno. And you don't want it near your too close to your eye because your eye, the vapors from this will make you tear up. So just know you have been warned. Will not be fun for you. You could do it. It's not going to hurt you, but it's not going to be that wonderful Gore makeup experience you were waiting for. All right. I'll hold on to this for a little bit. Okay. So now that that is done for the moment, we're going to let this dry. We're going to move on to our next technique. I'm going to do a pet. So I have this little ball of wax. And instead of having a ball, I need a little snake shape. So I'm rolling it in between my hands. I'll slow it down for the camera. Oops. So rolling this little ball into a coil. Like if you ever took ceramics and you had to make your coil hot, similar to that concept. Look like a little worm. Okay, so I got it to shape that. So let's just lay it here on the face. You don't have to lay it on your own face. I'm just gonna let it rest there since my particular model is not alive. So now I'm gonna get my spirit gun. This little guy. Get my spirit gun out, and I'm going to apply some spirit gun to the forehead in the shape or position that I want my cut to happen. Now, when I say cut, this could also be a scar. Could be any number of things. So really, that is enough spirit gun for what I want to do. And I need to let it set for a minute until it gets tacky. Quotation marks. Yes. Just looks like a slash there. And while I'm at it, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do another. Let's do another little Gore moment here. And we'll do puncture wound. Bullet hole. Here. Very similar concept. And you know what? I need another thing of black for that. So we'll take a ball. This time, roll that ball up a little bit. And this one will flatten it out. Just into a little pizza shape. And plop a little pizza on there. All right, now is the tricky part. It's crazy kids. So now I'm getting some Bath and Body Works lotion, and I'm going to use this. I have a method to my madness here. I'm going to use this to keep the nose and straw wax from sticking to my fingers as I work with it. Check and see how tacky your spirit is. Not quite there yet. We'll thin it out a little bit. And then some over here. So I have the solution ready to go. Just have a little pop of it. And then I'm going to take my little sad word here. Fix them up a little bit. All dissected. So you take. And I think you can to a point now where I can start to apply. In a way, it's kind of nice that it's a little irregular because the cut is not going to be regular shape. It's not going to be perfect all the time, especially as it's healing up or something. So, we're going to put there. I'm going to use a little bit of this lotion. I'm going to get some lotion on top of this wax here. I'm going to use that as a lubricant to keep the wax from. No, not on the spirit gun. Oh, I guess I could show you. Now the lotion, I'm just putting it on the wax itself. It's going to help the wax not stick to my fingers. And that's what I'm really going for here. So I'm going to start to flatten out. I might have accidentally gotten some on there. I just use my fingers to dab at the spirit gum to thin it out. Does that make sense? So I'm thinning this out. I'm going to have to call in reinforcements here because this is not going to work. So take a little bit of this lotion. I have it on the spatula end of my eyebrow brush so that it also doesn't stick to the wax. This is how you get a really smooth sculpt. You know the straw wax. You don't do this step, you start to get this feathering that is out of control, and that's where wax sticks to your spatula or your finger, and then the wax on the spatula sticks to the wax on the mannequin head or your face and starts to pull it apart, creating a really awful texture that looks gross. And it's really hard to fix once you get started down that path. You can see it happening a little bit there. It's because I have a buildup of wax here. I'm going to use some of my spare toilet paper here. You are all paying attention, right? On your phone? Put your phone away, Trudy. All right. This is important because I know you're going to be struggling with this part. I'm doing this really smooth. Because everyone always is. Like, how can I do this? Okay. So there. Now, this doesn't look perfect. I know that. I'm going to go back in and fix it. I'm just using that lotion again to really smooth out my work here. I'm getting a nice, smooth top layer finish to my work. Okay. I'm going to go ahead while I'm working here. I'm going to just plot my little pizza shape down for my bullet line. Okay, there we go. All right. So, what does a cut need now? What do you think I should do next? The what? Oh, line. That's right. It's an actual cut. Go figure, right? So I'm gonna just kind of try to flatten this out a little more. A little bit. There we go. Now I'm satisfied. I like those people in Hamilton. I'm satisfied. All right. Lotion on the spatula end of the eyebrow brush will help you cut right through your nose and scalp. And if you want to make it look crazier, more open, just kind of angle your spatula just to pop open the sides of this just a bit. Now I use my lotion again to kind of blend out on the ends here. Okay. Oh, so now that that's done, I'm going to powder it. And for this, I'm not going to tack it because this is going to be very gentle. So I'm going to get my little powder on there. If you were doing this on your face, then you probably put the powder in your hand. You're just going to try to dry up that lotion. What's that? Oh, so sorry. Keep forgetting what I'm doing here. So just peppered a little bit of this powder on there, like your flour on the surface for bake. Roll out some dough. Okay. There's that. Looking good. Okay. Now that I have done that, I'm going to do a thin coat of liquid latex on this. We only need one layer this time. The very important thing is to make sure you get all of the ceramics covered, and then just like with the toilet paper, tissue paper for the burn down here, we want to go just a little bit over that edge so that the actual skin transitions nicely into the fake liquid latex skin that we're creating over our wound. Okay, nice. Notice I'm trying to get it nice and even, thin coat. I don't want a bunch of clumps of liquid latex because that's going to take too long to dry. And then when you're working on it, it's going to just tear off the big blobs. Don't fall asleep on me. Wake yourself up. Shake it out a little bit. Woo, if you need to. All right, now down here, while that's drying, we're going to work on our bullet wound. So I'm going to just kind of press down on the center of this. You're going to say, oh, this is a little bullet wound. This looks like a Cheerio or a Fruit Loop. Okay, they're really bad. For now, it does. So I'm using that lotion again to really thin out the edges and blend out the edges of this. And I'm pushing the nasal scarwax into the center of the sculpt here. So I push down the center first to create depth down there, and then I build up the sides here. Okay. And you can use your spatula on this one as well if you want to. Let's say I do. Even expose some of the real flesh down there. They're drilling on the set. You'll shut that door. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. Now I've got that all like I want it to look. What's the thing to do? And I'm going to powder it too to get dried up all that lotion. Gonna set it. Set it, but don't forget it. Okay, now I get my liquid latex again. Don't want to let it pull in the middle because then it won't dry right. You don't want too much on here. Brush. Just over the edge of the nose and scarwax again. All right. So there's that. We're gonna let that dry. We're gonna transition back to the burn. I think I'm done with it. Alright, let's see how that's shaping up here. It's pretty good. I think what we can do is we can go ahead and powder it. And yes, we can issue, that's normal. So don't fret. I haven't forgotten what we're supposed to be doing here. We're gonna take a lighter foundation here, which is all fairly dark. But we're gonna take one of our foundations. And we're going to blend in our liquid latex with our skin tone. So, like I said, this is a dark skin tone. So, I would want to do my whole face with this. So that's all even. And I'm dabbing at my wound here. I don't want to pull across liquid latex with my sponge because that's going to make it peel up. It's just holding on by just the liquid latex. So there's no spirit in here to hold it on. Anyways, it's just a good rule of thumb. Anytime you use liquid latex, you just keep it from pulling off by going heavy, dabbing, tap blending instead of worrying about something else. Like that would be what you're worried about. We're doing it all. Oh, Trinity, yes. Yes. Anytime you do spirit gum or nose and scar wax, you want to do that before you do your foundation or any other makeup because it will, because of the oily like nature of our cream based makeups, it will like slide, all your stuff will just slide right off. Or you'll have a lot of trouble getting it to stay. If you've ever done that before, you probably know what I'm talking about. Like you're like, what? Why isn't it staying? Why is it so hard to do? Because it's not meant to be done in that manner. And we do have a problem here because um, our foundation is a little more translucent than our liquid latex, so it makes a dark spot here. But guess what? We're doing a burn, so it's going to be a little messed up looking. It's okay. We can blend that out with some highlight. You looking at my pronunciation of translucent? What's wrong with you? What's he doing? What are you laughing at me? Not funny. Go into that. I hope I'm funny. I'm always joking. Although y'all kind of dead today. What's going on? Y'all tired? Why are y'all spending some so late?
Yeah, I didn't get out until 9. Yeah, that's like 9:30.
Oh,
Deal with it. I'm hungry.
story. Oh, story. Y'all way off me. Don't you say?
Yeah, I didn't.
I went to bed at 8:45. I was very sleepy.
I have a shower. We just go to
Well, I do wake up in the middle of the night though, because I just do that all the time. And I go back to sleep. Oh, I slept in my contacts. I fell asleep on the couch. And I was like, oh, let me take my contacts out. So I did. We were just talking about this the other day. Oh, no. Yeah. Slept in until about 1:45 and then,
I slept the entire night.
ooh, that's not good.
I know. So I told her I said on the release, and I told him that she's not supposed to do that. She was like, oh, well.
That's not good for y'all. I'll ask him the rest when I'm dead. That's true. Oh yeah, you freshmen are done after today. Well, at least the end of school, I should say. Woo! I got a project to the PSAT for the virtual student. That's fine. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was only like 2 days.
Well, tomorrow's the PSAT for 10th graders and then 9th graders or 11th graders that signed up. So if you signed up, then you're coming. If you didn't sign up, then you're not coming for the next 3 days. And don't come on Saturday or Sunday either. Just a word of advice. If you're signed up and you don't take it, I think you have to take it. And then they make you do it at some other point. There's like a makeup day or something. I think. Yeah, it should be. Why did they make it when school started?
Yeah, like to take the
Here's a better question. Why does school start when it does? It's probably more accurate. Night school. Hey, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Other than no one will be able to do anything at night. That's fine. Then all recreational activities are their own morning. People would start to go to the movies at 8 a.m. Just kidding. People can't go to the movies anymore. Not in this new world. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. There's apparently this law that has prevented like Disney studios from buying um, their own cinemas, their own cinema chain. But I think the Trump administration repealed it. So now Disney and Warner Brothers and all these companies will be able to buy their own movie theaters and only show their own movies in these theaters. So that might be a way to save the movie theater, but it also means that prices might go way up. So you might spend like $30 on a ticket. No. I was watching it. Hey, the new Disney Pixar movie Soul is coming Christmas Day to Disney Plus, right? You hear that? Soul. SOUL. Disney Pixar's new movie. Well, it's like his soul is like, cause it's like I think a jazz musician, soul or something. I don't know what the premise is, but I just saw that image.
Okay, I'm actually so mad. Everything paid $30 just to see Mulan like before it actually comes out.
Well, they're not doing that with Soul. So, and by the time Soul comes out on Christmas Day on Disney Plus only, it Mulan will be free to watch on December 4th, I think. 2 months after it released early. So you can wait and not have to pay the $30. Makes no sense. So I just powdered. Why am I talking about Disney? I just powdered all of this BTW. There we go. Looking good. Okay. Now we're gonna go in and we're gonna work on our cuts. Just gonna get our little skin tone transition. Yeah, oh, you can't see it. For a minute. Y'all are keeping me on track. I appreciate it. Although no one brought me a coffee today. I'm curious. Let's get it. It is one of those days where I wish I had like 4 cups of coffee. You know what I mean?
Oh, I
Mary? Marion, you're just always at this energy level no matter what.
Yeah. A lot of things don't work for me. Like, no one's going to listen work for me.
You're too emo for emo. Even melatonin can't make you less or more emo.
I don't think caffeine necessarily works for me. It just makes me really.
Yeah, so
It makes me
weird.
tired.
It does keep me. I think I might have ADD or something because it does like focus me. And I know that caffeine does that for some people who don't have ADD. But it definitely focuses me. Like I can do one thing and do it real quickly, whereas every other time in my life I'm like,
I just know time. I can never stay focused.
oh, that's I think my test anxiety is what fuels me to do well on stuff like that. It's weird. I always do well on standards tests. I mean, not great. I'm 29 on my ACT. Oh, dang. Did she ever get her 32?
What?
She never got her 32? She never got her 32?
Oh, no, she's a senior.
Oh, she's still getting
That
it?
was like her most recent test.
Okay, so she can still.
Yeah.
I thought she was still in school.
Well, she started with more of that.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I had my first one in 7th grade or something, 9th grade. I think I took it one. I took it at some point and got a 19. And I just kept taking it. So I took a prep course and then I made that 29. My reading was very low because I'm a very slow reader. And I was really bad. So I think like at 16 I would finish it. And I did it. Yes. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. I enjoy science. But yeah, I just very slow reading. So I wouldn't finish most of them, but the reading before I took that prep course, I would I'd get halfway through the reading section. So slow. And then they teach you like tricks to speed up your reading. Yeah. I mean, I think even still, I think that's the way it was then too, but I just think even still, I think you value. I don't know. Or crazily. Actually, I think they said back then to at least fill it in. So maybe they did. Should at least put something down. Could you count on more for not answering it? Then if you
I think if they do come on, then they have points that are missing, and then if you do insert, you get close and ready.
Well, this has been ACT credit. You have to go make up ACT. Hope you enjoyed it. We've learned a lot. So I'm getting more powder. Oh, my God. Well, baseball can over here. I don't believe these would work a lot better on a human face. Okay. Do the best we can. Okay. Current stitch. You can if you want to. I'm okay with that. It's totally up to you. All right, here comes the fun part. You all excited? Mm-hmm. What's that? Little scissors. Like your their nail scissors. What might be? I don't think they are. They're like clamps. Exactly. We're making a hot blister. Normally, this is the part of the class where everybody gets to take scissors to their face. They really get excited about it. Okay, so now we have this weird little hole in her face. Disgusting, right? And for those of you who've been asking, this is when we're going to do blood. All right. I'm pumped. Okay, so I'm going to take my bigger brush. Put it up a bit. I'm going to get my crimson from my bruising abrasion wheel. Ooh, sick. And I'm going to fill in this little hole here on the side of my face. Hope you don't have trichodecaphobia. Don't know what that is? Mm-hmm. Okay. Here a bit, Shia LaBeouf movie holes. Remember to the movie? Shouldn't be afraid of this. Let me give myself a little burn texture around this with some red, some crimson. And then I think we're going to go back through with a little down here. We'll blend this into the latex. A little more crimson. I'm going to take my foundation.
I can't sit like went to a wedding over there, I was wearing a dress, and I was like, I can't.
This won't be down, but, huh? All right. Well, thank you. That's a good question. Okay. So now, is that good enough? No. We need some shadow in there. That's right. You take a little bit of violet. Violet, you're turning violet, Violet. And I'm going to texturize that flesh under there. What's that? Sick. People's gross and stuff. All right, and then for the blood, now I'm gonna dip my little brushy brush in there. Just gonna get a little bit of blood on the bristle. And then kind of paint it inside the folds of the skin. Just get that wet look. Maybe it's Maybelline. Or maybe it's fake blood. And just kind of dress the edges of the skin here. Sick, nasty. Gross. There we go. Amazing. Look at the whole family. Alright, I'm gonna get my. Actually, I was gonna do blood, but I'm like, no, wait, I got other stuff to do. Alright, so I'm gonna get the blood off of my rolls. I'm gonna do some more makeup. You go figure, right? Alright, so now we got another cut. Are you gonna make the cut? What is it? Yeah, that's what Tracy said earlier. She asked if we could do that. And I said yes. Yeah. Are we actually gonna do this for actual plays? Well, you know what? Possibly. Mhm. What are we doing in second? What? Yeah, actually, it started this week. Parent teacher conference is happening this week. Second round. Is that required? We may. It's required that we reach out to parents, yeah. If you have a D or an F, your teacher should be on your parent or calling them. And then, sometimes we also have to send out like positive ones, so your parent might hear from us that you're doing well in the class, or that you're doing better than you were last time. Because this is our second parent teacher conference this year. I know, crazy, right? The quarter is over because officially the final 9 weeks of the semester is already started. Because we missed 2 weeks because of the COVID delay. So we had our first 7 weeks was actually the first 9 weeks. This is week 8, so it's confusing, but it's true. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and before I do the blood in there, I'm gonna go ahead and do my bullet hole too. All very similar, But here I can do myself a little more depth here by really digging in with the hard end of the brush. They have really bad luck. They were cursed by They stole a cursed necklace, and ever since then things have gone wrong. It shows you green doesn't kid.
All the bullet wounds in the face, but all of the all the stuff in the middle of your hair.
Okay. Come on in. Thank you. Chloe's here. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Excuse me. Sorry, I'm singing Shawn Mendes all day. Hey. Okay. Now, our last little bit here for this lesson. Don't get too much blood on your bristles. That old saying. We're just gonna wet up our little cut here. Specificity is key. The more you keep everything in the right position, like where it's actually supposed to be, the better it's gonna look. You start to overdo it, these aren't no real anymore. And I know teens love to overdo stuff. They like to be trapped. Just be careful because every time we do this unit, it fails. There's gonna be a kid that just has like blood all over their face like this. I don't want to see that. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it for me. I'm not about that life, as they say. Or said 2 years ago. So please avoid being crazy like that and be frugal with your blood usage. That sounded gross.
Smearing everywhere.
Cool. All right. That's it. There isn't more. And then when you're done, you can do this. Oh.
That was like a people laugh.
Yeah. Or you can do the little we have fun. That's it. And yeah. So I'm not gonna make you do anything other than start to find your research images. I want you to find some cuts and wounds. Find 5 images total, one of each at least. Real images. 5 images
so
total.
concerned if they see your search history, they're gonna be like, what?
They're gonna know if you're in this class. They're gonna be like, oh, let's check your schedule first before we get alarmed.
Because the first thing they would do is send you to the council.
Well, we've been doing this ever since I started teaching, and no one's got in trouble yet, so I think you'll be okay. So just remember that is the case. So if they ask you, if they say, hey, you've been flat, you can say something. All right. So you should have a research page on your lesson 7 Gore in your portfolio. If you don't, let me know. I'll add it in. I think we should be good. If you duplicated those slides from my portfolio copy, if not, get your Chromebook out. I want to see you working on that for the rest of class. All right, Ashton, you're good. You can go and work on your research.